Welcome to Eco Vitality. Today, I'm exposing a dangerous truth hidden right inside your kitchen. There is a silent poison legally sold in every supermarket that is attacking your liver right now, even if you've never touched a drop of alcohol. The worst part? Your liver is a noble organ. It suffers quietly, it doesn't complain, and it never sends pain signals. It's screaming for help, but you can't hear it. By the time the alarm finally shows up, unrelenting fatigue, yellowish skin, abdominal swelling, the damage is often already advanced. Most people think liver disease only comes from alcohol, but today we're facing a modern epidemic hitting millions of people who don't drink at all, even children. And it's caused by something sitting in your kitchen right now, something you consume thinking it's harmless, or even healthy. This is the true danger, the enemy you never see coming. In this video, I'll reveal the 4 biggest enemies of your liver, from the familiar to the shocking. And when we reach enemy number 1, you'll understand exactly what has been inflaming your liver. And more importantly, how to start reversing the damage today. Because the liver isn't just a filter, it's the central laboratory of your entire body. A 1.5 kilogram biochemical powerhouse performing over 500 vital functions. It detoxifies your blood, processes everything you eat, produces bile, manages your energy, and keeps your system alive. So stay with me. What you're about to learn could change your health forever. The liver has an amazing ability that few organs possess. It can regenerate. You can remove a part of it, and if it's healthy, it will grow back. This resilience is its greatest strength, but also its greatest weakness. Because it's so resistant and hardworking, it doesn't send pain signals when things start going wrong. It simply works harder, in silence. The problem we're seeing today is called non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, simply fatty liver. As the name suggests, it is a buildup of fat inside liver cells, and it has become a silent global epidemic. Statistics are alarming. About 1 in every 24 adults worldwide already has fatty liver. Most have no idea. Why is this so concerning? Because fatty liver is not benign. It's the first step on a very dangerous staircase. It has a clear and potentially fatal progression if it's not stopped in time. Imagine your liver as a tireless worker in a small office, the most efficient employee in the company, never taking vacations. At first, the workload is manageable, but then you start sending unnecessary junk packages every day. At first, your worker just piles the junk in a corner to keep functioning. This is simple steatosis. The liver fills with fat but continues working. This stage is 100% reversible if you stop sending the garbage. But if the garbage keeps coming, the office becomes so full that the worker can't move. He gets irritated, overwhelmed, and the place starts catching fire. That's steatohepatitis, fat combined with inflammation. This is the turning point, the red alert. The liver is no longer just full, it's damaged. If the attack continues, the worker finally gives up. The fire causes permanent damage. The liver starts creating scars in an attempt to heal. Those scars are hard and useless. That is cirrhosis, irreversible scarring leading to liver failure or liver cancer. The goal of this message is to help you avoid reaching the inflammation stage. Most people are still at the first stage, simple fatty liver, the fully reversible stage. But they don't know it. They think that because they don't drink alcohol, their liver is safe. It's time to expose the real culprit sending all that garbage to your liver. Let's begin our ranking, from the least surprising to the number 1 silent killer. Enemy number 4 is a poison you don't eat, you perform it. Sedentary lifestyle. The chair disease. Yes, number 4 is a poison you don't eat, you perform it. Sedentary living. We live in a society built for immobility. Hours sitting at a desk, staring at screens. We sit in cars, in public transportation, and then get home to sit again. This constant inactivity sends a powerful metabolic signal. Store everything. Think of your muscles, especially those in your legs and back, as giant sponges. When you move, walk, climb stairs, or exercise, those sponges squeeze and demand energy. Their main job is to absorb glucose, sugar, from your bloodstream and burn it for fuel. When muscles are active, they relieve your liver and pancreas from enormous workload. But when you spend hours sitting, those muscle sponges dry up, inactive, compressed. They stop requesting energy. So the glucose from your meals stays floating in your blood with nowhere to go. Your body cannot allow high blood sugar for too long. It's toxic. So the liver steps in like an emergency manager. Danger! We can't leave this sugar in the blood. We must store it. But the liver's glucose storage, called glycogen, is tiny. It fills very fast, especially when you're sedentary. When that small storage is full, the liver activates a process called lipogenesis, literally creating fat. To protect your body, the liver starts turning excess glucose into fat, triglycerides. And where does the liver store this newly made fat? Inside its own cells. This is how sedentary living becomes the direct order. Liver, store all this sugar as fat for yourself. This is the most common beginning of visceral fat, and specifically liver fat, the first step towards fatty liver. Your liver sacrifices itself to handle the energy your inactive muscles refuse to use. The solution? Simple in theory, harder in practice. Activate your sponges. You don't need to become a marathon runner. The key is to break long periods of sitting. Stand up every 45 minutes. Walk while talking on the phone. Take the stairs. Small movements equals big protection for your liver.
The most powerful action you can take right now is to start adding strength training to your routine. Building or maintaining muscle, whether with weights, resistance bands, or just your own body weight, is crucial. The more muscle you have, the larger and more efficient your glucose-absorbing sponges become, even when you're resting. Physical activity acts like a metabolic switch. It teaches your body to burn fat as fuel instead of storing it. When you move your muscles, you give your liver a vital break, allowing it to stop acting as a fat warehouse and return to its more than 500 essential jobs of cleansing, processing, and producing life-sustaining compounds. So, ironically, the first step to cleaning your liver is simply to move your legs and your arms. Now, climbing up the danger scale, we reach liver enemy number 3, the fats that rust you from the inside, inflammatory fats. For decades, people believed that eating fat made you fat. Today, science is clear. The type of fat you eat matters infinitely more than the amount. There are fats that heal and fats that destroy, and the ones harming your liver belong to the second category. Let's start with the obvious villain, trans fats. These artificial fats were created to make products last longer on supermarket shelves. You find them in margarine, industrial pastries, cookies, packaged snacks, frozen meals, and plenty of fast food. Many countries are banning them, but they're still around. But the most widespread poison, the one people consume daily thinking it's normal, is the overload of refined vegetable oils. We're talking about soybean oil, corn oil, canola oil, sunflower oil, safflower oil, those huge plastic bottles that look healthy because they say vegetable on the label. The problem isn't their existence, it's the metabolic imbalance they create. These seed oils are extremely high in omega-6. Omega-6 isn't inherently bad, but it must stay in a delicate balance with omega-3, the anti-inflammatory fat found in fish. Our ancestors ate omega-6 and omega-3 in a ratio of 1:1. Today, thanks to modern diets, that ratio is often 20:1 or worse. This massive overload of omega-6 acts like an accelerator pedal for inflammation throughout your entire body. And when these chemically processed oils, often overheated and oxidized, reach your liver, they are not clean fuels. They behave like dirty, burnt oil poured into a fine engine. They create something called oxidative stress at the cellular level, literally rust for your liver cells. Your hepatocytes, already struggling with excess fat from enemy number 4, now face a second attack: constant inflammation and oxidation. Remember the office analogy? If simple steatosis, fatty liver, is trash piling up in the corners, then inflammatory fats are someone walking in, pouring gasoline over that trash, and lighting small fires everywhere. Now, it's not just clutter, it's active inflammation. This is the perfect setup for the transition from simple steatosis, just fat, to steatohepatitis, fat plus inflammation, the dangerous turning point where the damage becomes more serious and scarring, fibrosis, begins to form. But here's the good news. The solution is a clean swap in your kitchen, one of the most powerful actions you can take. Step 1. Remove those giant bottles of refined seed oils. Read labels and eliminate anything that says vegetable oil without specifying partially hydrogenated, hydrogenated, or trans fats. Step 2. Replace them with clean, protective fats that actively fight inflammation. Your new best friend? Extra virgin olive oil, especially for cold use. It's rich in polyphenols, powerful antioxidants. Add avocado as another source of healthy monounsaturated fat. And increase your omega-3 intake: wild salmon, sardines, anchovies. These clean fats extinguish the inflammation the bad fats created. By making this swap, you don't just stop attacking your liver, you give it the tools it desperately needs to start healing. If this information is helping you understand your body better, leave a comment below. Tell me, have you already made this clean oil swap in your kitchen? What was your experience? I'm excited to read your answers. Now, stepping into the number 2 enemy, the classic villain everyone expects: alcohol. Make no mistake, alcohol is undeniably toxic to your liver. It directly harms liver cells and is responsible for alcoholic liver disease. The way alcohol destroys your liver is brutal. When you drink ethanol, your liver treats it as a high-priority toxin. It drops nearly all its other 500 tasks: fat burning, nutrient processing, detoxification, to focus 100% on neutralizing that poison. It's a metabolic emergency. But the detox process itself is messy. When your liver breaks down ethanol, it produces acetaldehyde, a compound even more toxic than alcohol itself. This substance causes cellular damage, inflammation, and massive oxidative stress. At the same time, this process completely shuts down fat burning. Because your liver is busy fighting the poison, it starts packaging and storing any fat that arrives. This leads to alcoholic fatty liver, which can quickly progress to alcoholic hepatitis and cirrhosis, often faster and more aggressively than non-alcoholic forms. But here's the fundamental twist, and the reason alcohol is number 2, not number 1. Alcohol, though devastating, is not responsible for the silent epidemic we're seeing today. It's not the reason why 1 in 4 adults, including non-drinkers and even children, now have fatty liver. We include alcohol to make one thing clear. If you drink regularly, this is your first and most obvious risk factor. The solution is simple: stop or dramatically reduce consumption, non-negotiable. But the most urgent message today is not for regular drinkers. It's for the person who says, "I don't drink, maybe 1 glass on special occasions. My liver is totally safe." If you don't drink and think that protects you, you are the person who must pay the closest attention to enemy number 1, because you are consuming something every day that harms your liver in almost the same way alcohol does, but disguised as innocent. And now we reach the top of the list, liver enemy number 1, the silent sweet killer driving the modern fatty liver epidemic: fructose, specifically industrial fructose, and especially when consumed in liquid form. This includes table sugar, 50% fructose, high fructose corn syrup found in thousands of processed products, And the most dangerous form of all, sugary drinks, sodas, flavored teas, energy drinks, sports drinks, and yes, even fruit juices. Even the natural, fresh, 100% juice or cold-pressed ones. Most people don't understand why fructose is so uniquely harmful. To explain it simply, table sugar, sucrose, is made of two molecules, glucose and fructose. Your body handles them in radically different ways. Think of glucose as cash, spent easily by every cell. But fructose, it's a check made out to a single recipient, your liver. Only the liver can process it.
Glucose is the body's universal energy. When you eat rice, potatoes, or any carbohydrate, the glucose enters your bloodstream, and almost every cell in your body knows exactly what to do with it. Your brain needs it. Your muscles love it. Your kidneys use it. Every organ, every tissue, every cell understands glucose. Your whole body is designed to handle it efficiently. Now think of fructose as a very different kind of fuel. Imagine a gift card from a store that only exists in one city and whose instructions are written in a foreign language. Most cells in your body look at fructose and have no idea what to do with it. They can't use it as immediate energy. They can't metabolize it. They simply can't touch it. There is only one organ in your entire body that has the key to unlock fructose: your liver. To visualize it, glucose is a package that can be delivered to any house in your city, your brain, muscles, and every cell. Fructose is a package that only one house in the entire city can open: your liver. Now, here's the twist. When you eat a whole fruit, an apple, an orange, some berries, the fructose arrives with a bodyguard: fiber. Fiber slows everything down. You have to chew, you feel full, and most importantly, fiber releases fructose into the liver gradually, in small, manageable amounts. Your liver can easily handle this slow drip. It processes it smoothly, and nothing bad happens. But what happens when you drink a big glass of orange juice? Even if it's fresh, natural, or squeezed at home, to fill that one glass, you removed the fiber of 4 to 6 oranges. And you drink all that fructose in 30 seconds. This is no longer a gentle delivery. It's a fructose bomb exploding at the door of your liver. With no fiber to slow it down, your liver receives a massive surge all at once. It gets overwhelmed instantly. There is only one emergency route your liver can use to clear this avalanche: de novo lipogenesis, the rapid conversion of fructose into fat. Almost immediately, your liver starts turning that liquid fructose into fat, into triglycerides. Fructose is far more lipogenic than glucose. It is a guided missile for creating liver fat. This process is so aggressive that it causes inflammation and oxidative stress, damage extremely similar to what alcohol metabolism causes. That's why for your liver, drinking soda or drinking a big glass of juice from a carton is metabolically similar to drinking a beer,
or a glass of alcohol. You activate the same damage pathway. This is the revelation most people have never heard. They think juice is healthy. They think soda just makes you gain a little weight. They don't realize they're drinking a direct liver toxin. They are feeding fatty liver, setting the stage for inflammation and even cirrhosis, without ever drinking a drop of alcohol. And that's why the #1 solution to reverse fatty liver, the most powerful and fastest action you can take, is to remove the #1 poison. Cut liquid sugar from your life. This is non-negotiable. Say goodbye to sodas, boxed juices, natural juices without fiber, energy drinks, and excessive sweets. If you want fruit, eat the whole fruit with the fiber nature designed to protect you. By making this one change, by removing liquid sugar, you instantly take a massive load off your liver and give it its first real chance to clean itself and regenerate. Now, we've talked about the poisons and the solutions, but you need to understand something clearly. Fatty liver is a silent disease. Most people who have it feel absolutely nothing until the damage is advanced. You cannot wait for symptoms. If you have any risk factors, your alert level should be maximum. Overweight or obesity, abdominal fat or beer belly, even if you don't drink, prediabetes or type 2 diabetes, insulin resistance. The probability of already having fatty liver is extremely high. How can you know for sure? Only a qualified health professional can diagnose it. If you suspect it, ask for a liver checkup. A simple blood test can provide early clues by measuring liver enzymes like ALT, AST, and GGT. If they are elevated, there is inflammation or fire in the liver. But this part is crucial. You can have fatty liver even with perfectly normal enzymes. Blood changes often appear only when inflammation has begun. That's why the most common, inexpensive, and effective test to confirm fatty liver is an abdominal ultrasound. This imaging test can see the fat directly inside the organ. And let me make this absolutely clear. This video is purely educational. Nothing here replaces professional medical evaluation. If you have concerns, seek a proper consultation. The good news, the part I want you to hold on to, is that early-stage fatty liver is 100% reversible. Your liver is incredibly noble, with a regeneration power no other organ has. But it needs your help. The bad news is the next stage, steatohepatitis, where fat and inflammation begin causing scars, is much harder to treat. Fibrosis can lead to cirrhosis, which is irreversible. Don't let it get to that point. The time to act is now, while recovery is still simple. And here is the message I want you to remember. Your liver has a stunning capacity for regeneration, but it is not invincible. We've exposed the myths. Fatty liver isn't caused only by alcohol. We've named the silent poisons of modern life, the toxic trio. Poison number 4, sedentary lifestyle. Poison number 3, inflammatory fats. Poison number 1, the liquid fructose in sugary drinks and juices. Remember the promise I made at the beginning? I told you your liver might be silently crying for help, and that I would reveal the enemy attacking it even if you don't drink. That enemy is the sugar you drink. Liquid fructose forces your liver to become a fat factory, inflaming it in almost the same way alcohol does. Promise delivered. Now the knowledge is yours. The cure for fatty liver, in most early cases, is not in a bottle of pills. You don't need expensive treatments. The cure lies in your choices, in your next supermarket visit, in choosing water instead of soda, in moving your muscles instead of sitting still, in removing the number 1 poison and feeding your liver the chance to heal. By cutting sugary drinks, by replacing inflammatory oils with extra virgin olive